I get as much or more out of doing that little extra. It's I suppose, a great high for you to be able to help. And people that need things, it's a great feeling if you know you can help. If I didn't enjoy it, you wouldn't go ahead and keep doing it. Started off making sandwiches. I then, before I could think about it, I was a conference president of the Mary MacKillop Conference. I was the only woman at the table for a long time as a secretary for the region. It was very much a men's organisation. I don't know how they went with me for a while. And then we had a beautiful lady conference president of the Sacred Heart Conference. So they found two women in more or less in the top posts in Mildura. I think they found it a bit hard to work with. I don't know how Sid Tutton thought we could work, but he did. I have the most beautiful letter from him thanking me for the beautiful weekend and more or less telling me that women, yes, can do it as good as men. I think it always came from, well, my father and faith, you know. My memories of Timbula, my father was the policeman there, and after Mass, we would go down to the riverbank and we would sit there, him and I, and the elder of the group around Timbula would come and he'd say, "Oh, boss, you know, Jimmy's been playing up," or "Mary's got bashed up," and Dad would mediate with the elder. And he's always, you know, said to me, there's good and bad in all colours and creeds, which I think is a real sort of been there all the time. There's good and bad in all colours and creeds. Many a time Dad would say, I will not be going into that shop again, or I will not go and stay there because they won't accept the Aboriginals. So we learnt that we had to make sure we not loved, but we accepted everybody, whatever they were or however they were. I invited these new conference members to come down to Sunbury and come out with me and with certain people within the conference to do visits, to ring up people, to know what questions to ask. Not to be interfering in their private life, but to find the things that we need to know where we can help. If you don't come in as a friend, if you just come in as a goodie to hand out a food voucher, you won't find what's really the problem is. If you can sit at the table, if you're not going into the homes, maybe you could sit on the park bench in a quiet spot, and maybe we can discuss, oh, how do you go with the kids at school now? How's electricity and gas? It's so bad. Not as somebody that wants to do good, but somebody interested in your welfare. And a lot of these people that have problems with all the utilities, electricity, gas and water and power and whatever, don't have the ability. They need an advocate to be able to speak for them. And I felt that, you know, a lot of the new people come in don't realise that to work as an advocate with them. Don't just retire and do nothing. Find something. It's for our benefit too. I know I'm 86, but I feel sometimes I'm only 35 or 36 because I can still do all these things and enjoy what I do. I mean, I've just met the most fantastic people. What a lovely experience I've had.